Hello and welcome back to Crystal Loves Tarot. I am here today to unbox an amazing deck that was gifted to me by a loved one. This is a spectacular, beautiful collector item here. So I was completely surprised to receive this, and it was a just because kind of a thing. But this is the Kemetic Tarot by Micheal. So when I first received it, it came in another box, a dark box, black box with the same presentation. It was just a bigger box that it was shipped in, and which looked just like this. So this is what the outside of the collector box looks like, and it's just black with one gold symbol. It's got a magnetic clasp that opens up, and the rest of the box just continues to be black on the inside. This is just an incredible presentation. So inside of the box you find a card here. This card is a thank you card basically, and it's also explaining exactly what the little pendant that is you see sitting right here, what it is and what it means. And so what it says is, thank you for purchasing the Kemetic Tarot Veil of a Set edition. So I believe that there's other editions of this deck. This is the Veil of a Set edition. It says your included Tiet, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Tiet, T-J-E-T, so Tiet amulet, known as the knot of a set or the girdle of a set, is made of natural semi-precious red jasper stone. So let's look at this. So this is the knot of a set, made from red, semi-precious red jasper stone, formed from deposits of volcanic ash buried deep within the earth. Your amulet was custom cut from natural red jasper stone to specifications found in the Egypt book of Coming Forth by Day. It was then polished to a smooth and shiny finish. It's a very beautiful piece of jasper. It says, like all natural stones, your red jasper set amulet has inclusions which make it unique. That's all those little dots and spots and speckles. These inclusions are caused by minerals that were embedded in the volcanic rock before it cooled to form hardened red jasper. These embedded minerals may appear in your amulet as colored specks, thick stripes, tiny thin lines, and other patterns that range in color from very light yellow to nearly black in color. These patterns may run vertically, horizontally, or diagonally through your amulet. These inclusions are a property of the natural stone, and they make your amulet a one-of-a-kind showpiece. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So you just need a string for it. It's very detailed. Okay. So the guidebook that comes with the Kemetic Tarot Veil of a Set edition is here, and this is a heck of a book. But this collector's set comes with 2 books. So there is the Veil of a Set, the Tales of the Goddess. So this gives the story of a Set. A Set is an Egyptian goddess. So we will look at the story of a Set first, the Tales of the Goddess. Then we will go forward and look at the guidebook for the Kemetic Tarot, the Veil of a Set edition, before we check out the cards. So the Veil of a Set, Tales of a Goddess book is by Micheal, and it's such a beautiful piece of artwork on the outside. The back of the book is just black. It says, no mortal has ever lifted my veil. The Egyptian pantheon is the greatest collection of deities ever assembled. And the goddess Aset was the most exalted of them all. The great sorceress Aset was cleverer than 1,000,000 gods and more devious than 1,000,000 men. The perfect wife, she protected her husband, the great god king Ashur. The archetype of the divine mother, she used her great powers to help her son Heru avenge his father. The Veil of Aset Tales of the Goddess contains ancient legends of the great goddess, pulled from several ancient sources. The tales encompass the history of the goddess, from her own birth to her son Heru's devastating battles against his uncle, the god of chaos, Set. So then, it's a very thick, soft, kind of buttery, glossy feel to the book. It's definitely a matte finish with a really pretty gold. Tales of the Goddess is highlighted in gold or accented in gold. So pretty. It really does stick out when you kind of turn the page. It kind of gleamed at me. And you open it up, it is white on the inside. The cover page says The Veil of Aset, Tales of a Goddess. So then this comes in, it talks about the copyright being in 2021. And first page, it says, I am all that has been, all that is, and all that shall be. No mortal has ever lifted my veil. And then it's got a lot of really cool, what looks like hieroglyphs or symbols here. Very Egyptian. I've always been very drawn to everything Egyptian. We've got the table of contents. It's a very, very neatly organized and put together book. Gives the introduction here with a piece of artwork. It says, Aset, awaken within our hearts. Open the star chamber that may guide our transformation into Heru. So then there's the introduction that goes on for several pages. Then it talks about the knot of Aset, which is that little crystal that we were looking at, the red piece of jasper. Talks about the birth of Aset, going forward through her, basically her life's history. There's just a collection of stories in here. So I'm not going to go through all of those. If you want to know what those are about or how those stories go, you have to purchase the deck. So next, we will look at the guidebook for the tarot. And this is the Kemetic Tarot Veil of Aset edition, based on the book of Going Forth by Day. So there's a book out there called Going Forth by Day. I do not have that book, but this is based off of that book. So again, we've got the nice matte finish with the gold accent here. Again, it's Micheal Kors, very Egyptian. Again, the gold accent on the side here. And on the back, the gold accent. It says, History, Culture, Faith, Magic. 5,000 years ago, one of the most dynamic, vibrant, and successful civilizations the world has ever seen blossomed in the middle of the hardest environment on Earth. The ancestors left us the richest cultural heritage ever created. The Kemetic Tarot carries forward this rich cultural tradition by using classic tarot archetypes to deliver a modern interpretation of classic Kemetic magic and history. This expanded full-color companion book is an introduction to the magic of Kemet. It describes the Kemetic tarot system in detail and includes tales of the grandest creator, Amon-Ra, and his pantheon of gods. And there's like a symbol down here. But again, with the gold highlight. All right. So the cover page has the same symbol that's on the box. Kemetic Tarot, Veil of Aset edition, based on Egyptian book of Going Forth by Night, or Going Forth by Day. And here it talks about the copyright being 2021 by Abracus House. So this was published by Abracus House. The contents. This is a large book. It says, special thanks to all the people who helped review this book. Jennifer Coles, Robert Whitlock, Arbonda Cunningham, Aiko Ito, Charles Settle, and Linda Sidar. The Kemetic Tarot. So the numbers have are sitting within a symbol. Interesting. There's a preface. The introduction. The introduction's a bit long. So the book of going forth by day, and this kind of summarizes it. Then it goes into the cards, talking about how they're made. I guess I got to spoil it a little bit, do a spoiler alert, and talk about the backs of the cards. So the back of the Kemetic Tarot cards is a foiled stamped with symbols known as the ancient Kemetic people for their magical power. So we'll look at that when we see it. At the top and the bottom are tejets, which are amulets used to invoke the protection of a set. So that is like almost like the, well, it's like the amulet that we were given. So the amulet that's included in the box goes with the backs of the decks, and that's kind of what I wanted to say here. It goes into it deeper, but the little red jasper amulet, it connects with the back, the gold foil stamping that's on the back of the cards. But now you know there's gold foil stamping. So then it goes forward, talks about that, and then down here we have like a little chart talking about the arcanas, the border colors, the element, and the element meanings. So the Fool, the major arcanas are purple, the scepters are, which would be wands, are red, the ankhs, which would be cups, are blue, the swords, which would be swords, are white, and the scarabs, which would be pentacles, are black. This is the borders around the cards. Explaining the borders, that's pretty cool. Then it goes in to talk about the Fool card. It talks about the major arcana, gives a chart here talking about the major arcana and kind of explaining the map to the major arcana from these cards, the Nuturo cards, and how they tie in with the major arcana, basically. And it goes on to talk about the minor arcana, starting with the wands, going to the cups, the swords, the pentacles. Then there's like a card ranks here. So ace, king, queen, it gives the Rider-Waite ranking for the rankings. Okay, and then it goes into the meanings for the cards. It goes into the cards. So it didn't specify a major arcana. It just went straight into the cards. So like we've got the cards are presented on as the title. Looks like a quip above it. The image, and then it speaks on the card. Showing keywords and a little chart in the back. Okay, so that goes through. So they do not have it separated for, I don't believe they have it separated for the major and minor arcanas. I think it just goes all the way through. I do think that there are a few, maybe, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe there was an extra. Yes, so there are a few extra cards in this deck that it does go to talk about. So Bess, the Guardian, is one of them. Bassett, the Comforter, is one of them. I think that's it. So there's two. Nope. We've got Weretz, Heka, Magic. So we've got that one is card 24. Is that it? And that's it. So there are 3 extra cards. So then it goes forward into the minor arcana. Looks like the minor arcana does not come with a full page explaining the card like the major arcana, so that will be the difference here. But they still have the chart at the bottom with upright additional, reversed, and reversed additional keyword meanings. Okay, going all the way through the minor arcana. Okay. Okay, so one thing I do have to say about this, the way that this book is laid out, they have separated all of the cards into sections in the minor arcana. So in the minor arcana, they have all of the aces together, then they have all of the twos together, all of the threes together. So all of the twos for each suit will show up together. So when you want to find a 2, you don't have to go looking for the suit, you go looking for the number. And this is actually quite an effective way to find the pages or find the card in the book quicker, in my opinion. So on the back here, it talks about card hieroglyphics. So this thing here that I want to read, I want to actually read this, but I want to be able to be looking at the backs of the cards when I read this. So we'll come back to this, and it shows some spreads. It says that the front of the card translates a portion of the Book of Going Forth by Day. I think this is the symbols around the front of the card, and then and so yeah, it's just showing some of the cards, more information. This is Egyptian names, references, and word references for Egyptian names and words. Interesting. I'm glad they put this in here. It makes it a lot easier to understand and go and really study what you're getting in your readings. So, and it's a pretty good size section in this book, so it gives a good amount of information on that. Okay, so like I said, the box is a magnet flapped box. Once you take the books out, you see a beautiful, so it comes with this beautiful velvet tarot bag. On it, it says, I am all that has been, all that is, and all that shall be. No mortal has ever lifted my veil. And then there's some more symbolism here. It's a beautiful dark blue velvet with blue silky drawstrings. On the inside, it's a beigey gold silk. So it comes with a tarot bag for the cards. So beautiful, unique, beautiful. So the cards are then down at the very bottom of the box. It goes down in layers. So the cards are then down at the very bottom of the box in another box. So we will check these out. So the cards come in a tuck box. Inside of the collector's box, they come in a tuck box that you can actually take and use for traveling, or you can put the tuck box inside of the tarot bag, or you can just use the cards in the bag, but it gives you the option, which I love. So on the side of the tuck box, it says the Kemetic Tarot Veil of a Set. It is in a gold foil. On the top is this symbol I keep seeing. I have a feeling it's the manufacturing symbol. On each side, it says the Veil of a Set Tarot, the Kemetic Tarot Veil of a Set edition on both sides in the gold foil. On the back, we have the gold foil stamping border with all of the symbols on the inside. We've got the set amulet on the top and on the bottom. And we've got the same symbol that's on the tarot bag and on the black box on the top and the bottom. All right, on this side, so this is displaying one of the cards in the box, and it just is showing, giving a sneak peek of that. And then on the bottom, we've got, again, gold stamped. It's very beautiful. Okay, so the tuck box. Now, I accidentally ripped my tuck box the very first day I got it, and I opened it, so I had to put a little piece of tape right there. Okay, so the cards are, okay, so once you take the cards out, the box is white on the inside. All right, so the cards do have a shiny gold gilding on them. a coppery gold. It's a pretty gold. The backs of the cards look like this. So they are the same as the back of the tuck box. And again, the symbol on the front of the black box they came in, the collector box. They are quite a bit larger than a typical tarot card. A typical tarot card is that size. So you can see they are a bit larger. They are gold foil stamped, and we're going to read about these right now. This is the page of the book that I said I wanted to wait for. Okay, so it says the backs of the cards in the Kemetic Tarot contain several magic symbols, including sets at the top and bottom. So that would be this and this. This is the amulet that they send with it. It says these are the symbols of protection. The Eye of Heru at the top and at the bottom, which are symbols of protection. The Eye of Heru, which represents the sun and Heru's full power, and Shen rings, which are powerful symbols of eternal protection. Around the border are hieroglyphs of chapter 156 of the Book of Going Forth by Day. So all of these symbols come out of the Book of Going Forth by Day. These are protection symbols here, the Eye of Heru and the Ankhs. It says, you have your blood, O Aset. You have your power, O Aset. You have your magic, O Aset. This amulet is a protection for the Great One, which will drive away whoever will commit a crime against him. This is a spell uttered over Chet to invoke its protective power. So that's something that you're supposed to say over your little amulet. Around the border are hieroglyphs of the famous inscriptions from the veiled statue of the goddess Aset in the city of Sais. It reads, I am all that has been, all that is, and all that shall be. No mortal has ever lifted my veil. And that is what it says on the inside within those hieroglyphs. The front of each card is framed with a partial verse from the Book of Coming Forth by Day. When placed side by side in order, the cards contain chapters 125 and 42 from the book. The hieroglyphs that frame the cards are read from the top right, then around the card back to the top left, as indicated by the arrows in the card shown below. So it's gonna show us on the next page here what that means. So it's supposed to be read starting here, going around this way. So the hieroglyphs are read in this fashion is what they're saying. So if you wonder how to read something, this is actually saying something. Very interesting. And it's part of the book. So each card going side by side is actually the book. How amazing is that? That is so amazing. Very cool. Okay, so now that we understand what the backs of the cards mean, let's go ahead and go forward and look at the fronts of the cards. Starting with the major arcana, we've got card 0, the Fool, Ani. Card 1, the Sorceress, rather than the Magician, they have it as the Sorceress, Aset. Now this is who this story is about. Card 2, the High Priestess, is Nebet Het. Card 3, the Empress, is Mut. Card 4, the Emperor, is Amun Ra. Card 5, the Hierophant, is Tehuti. Card 6, the Lovers, Aset and Asar. Card 7, the Chariot, is the Atet. Card 8, Strength, is Sekhmet. Card 9, the Hermit, is Nun or Nun. Card 10, the Wheel of Fortune, is Shay and Renanutetet. Probably said that wrong. Renanutet. There we go. Renanutet. Shy or Shay and Renanutet for the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, I wanted to get that right. Probably still didn't get it right. Okay. Forward, we've got card 11 for Justice. We have Amet. Card 12, the Hanged Man, is the Sphinx. So these all have a purple border for the major arcana. Card 13, the Death card, is Anpu. See the purple number on top and the purple border. Card 14, Temperance, is Ma'at. Card 15, the Devil, is Set. Card 16, the Tower, is the Pyramid. Card 17, the Star, is Nut or Nut. Card 18, the Moon, is Kontsu. Card 19, the Sun, is a 10. They are very beautiful cards. Very beautiful. Card 20, the Hall of Two Truths. This is Judgment. Okay, and card 21, the World, is Geb. Okay, now this is one of the extra cards. This is card 22, the Guardian, Bess. This is another extra card, card 23, Bastet, the Comforter. So we've got the Guardian, the Comforter. And card 24 is also another bonus card, and it is Weret Hekau or Heku, and it is Heka or Magic. All right, so that was the major arcana, and we are going to go ahead and go forth into the minor arcana, starting with the swords. So we've got the Ace of Swords here. So the face cards do have the number or the letter at the top of the card here highlighted in the color that is the boundary. So this one, the major arcana were purple. The swords, the borders are going to be white on this. So up in here, it's going to be white as well. So the numbers will appear here as white. And on the bottom, there's another area here where it spells the card out in words, and then it gives another word here on this one. So it says for the Ace of Swords, We have Heru. And then we've got the Two of Swords. So it looks like the numbers are Roman numerals on top. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. So for the page, they've switched it out with the scribe. So instead of the Page of Swords, we've got the Scribe of Swords, and it says Viceroy Sitao. And then instead of the Knight, they've got the Warrior. So instead of the Knight of Swords, we've got the Warrior of Swords, and it is Naktu Warrior. The Queen of Swords is Pharaoh Hatshepsut. I'm probably saying the names wrong. I'm sure I am. The King of Swords is Rameses the Great, or Ramesses the Great. Okay, so now we're on to the scarabs, which are pentacles in a typical tarot. So for the Ace of Scarabs, we've got Khepera, Two of Scarabs, Three of Scarabs, aka Pentacles, Four of Scarabs. So the colors are very bright and beautiful. The artwork is great. They're really, really nice cards. Very nice cards. Very nice quality cardstock. Five of Scarabs. They feel really good in your hands. They feel like quality. Six of Scarabs. Seven of Scarabs. Eight of Scarabs. Nine of Scarabs, aka Pentacles. Ten of Scarabs. And we've got the Scribe or Page of Scarabs is Vizier Penthu. We've got the Warrior or the Knight of Scarabs, Marianu Choyortir. Please forgive me if I'm saying those names completely wrong. The Queen of Scarabs is Queen Nefertiti. Well-known queen. The King of Scarabs is Pharaoh Amenhotep the Third. He must have been a really rich man. Now we're on to the scepters, which the scepters are the wands. We start with the Ace of Scepters is pot. Two of Scepters. Three of Scepters. Four of Scepters. Five of Scepters, aka Wands. Six of Scepters. Seven of Scepters. Eight of Scepters. Nine of Scepters. 10 of Scepters. So the scribe or the page of Scepters is Setka the scribe. Warrior of Scepters or the Knight of Scepters is Mace Warrior. The Queen of Scepters is Pharaoh Sobekneferu. Sobekneferu. Very, very difficult names to say. The King of Scepters is King Narmer. And last but the next we have the Ace of Ankhs. The Ankhs being the cups in a typical tarot. And we have the Ace. Now we've got the Ace of Ankhs. Ankhs is the water suit in this tarot. And we've got Kenum. Interesting looking character. Two of Ankhs. Three of Ankhs. Four of Ankhs. Five of Ankhs. Six of Ankhs. Seven of Ankhs. Eight of Ankhs. Nine of Ankhs. Looks like a little kiddie pool behind him. 10 of Ankhs. Aww. And we've got our scribe or page of Ankhs is Imhotep the Wise. Then the warrior or the knight of Ankhs is Petati Archer. The queen of Ankhs is Tetisheri, Mother of Kings. And last but not least, we have the king of Ankhs, Pharaoh Joser. So you could see there the blue borders, the red borders, these are black borders, and then we've got white borders and purple borders. Okay, so let's go ahead and give them a shuffle. They're actually a very smooth material of a card. They're a linen finish, so they're very strong and sturdy cards. Here's the size of them, and I have smaller-ish hands, so there's the size of them. I can still span the length of the card and do the shuffle though. So there is that. And we will shuffle a bit here. You can see that you shuffle this just slide together. Great, just like butter. There you go. Alright. Shuffling in the hand. It's not so big of a deck that you cannot work with it. The cards do not stick. Some people would think they would stick with all the embossed gold. So if you're interested in purchasing this deck, I will put the link in the description. It is a more expensive deck because it does come with so much, and it is a collector's deck, and it comes with 2 guidebooks. It is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, beautiful. This was gifted to me by a loved one, and I absolutely treasure this. Yeah, if you're a collector out there and you have anything, if you are drawn to all things Egyptian or anything Egyptian, I definitely recommend this deck for you. It is a beautiful story as well. So get out there and get yourself this deck, the Kemetic Tarot, the Veil of Aset edition. And thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel and watching me unbox and review this beautiful deck. Like I said, if you'd be interested in watching me use these cards, head on over to my main channel at Crystal's Intuition. I'll be happy to see you come there and sub up as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video if you think I did a good job on the unboxing. And don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me, do you like the deck? What do you think? I'd love to hear some feedback on it. And thank you so much. And again, sending out love and light and the highest vibes. Happy reading!